ever said to her that I can never love, that I can never love. I can do the things she wants, the things I think with her, but I can never love, that I can never love. But she can find that someone, find that someone, find that someone, someone just like you, just like you. But she can find that someone, find that someone, find that someone, someone just like you, just like you. Someone just like you, just like you. Wish you could find that someone, find that someone, find that someone, someone just like you, just like you. Wish you could find that someone, find that someone, find that someone, someone just like you, just like you. Wish you could find that someone, find that someone, find that someone, someone just like you, just like you. Wish you could find that someone, find that someone, find that someone, someone just like you, just like you. You're a treasure in the sea, an adventure that I need. You're a treasure in the sea, an adventure that I need. You're a treasure in the sea, an adventure that I need. You're a treasure in the sea, an adventure that I need. I can tell you what I never ever said to her, but I can never love, no I can never love. I can do the things she wants, the things I did with her, but I can never love, no I can never love. Wish you could find that someone, find that someone, find that someone, someone just like you, just like you. Wish you could find that someone, find that someone, find that someone, someone just like you, just like you. Wish you could find that someone, find that someone, find that someone, someone just like you, just like you. Wish you could find that someone, find that someone, find that someone, someone just like you, just like you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the AVGL Collegiate Paladins League. We are in our last week of group play before we get to our Champions playoffs. and there are only a couple of teams who have yet to finish off their scheduled rosters. So we will be bringing you guys out two of those teams, Northeastern versus Penn College of Technology. And both of these teams sitting right in the middle of their brackets, as Penn Tech is sitting at a very comfortable 3-1, while Northeastern is behind that at 3-3 with their records. I am Alan Holdship Donofrio, and Brandon Ruduki will be doing the production. And as we get into drafting, the map will be Stone Keep. Northeastern will have the first overall selection in the draft, and we haven't had a much chance to see Penn College Technology. We have seen Northeastern play once before, and they brought in a couple of interesting strategies, and so far they might be looking to start things off with one of those interesting strategies as they lock in a Sky first pick overall. And very interesting choice. We saw Sky be styled on earlier today in the Eager and Astral Authority matchup. We'll see if that continues to be the case with Northeastern, as again they're facing up against an opponent who has held the edge in their division thus far, and will continue to try to do so with the pickups of a Torvald and a Ying, so establishing a front line and a very strong, dedicated healer off the bat. And over the course of the last couple of patches, we have seen tanks be prioritized for a lot of teams in the competitive scene. Are in kind of a meta which favors those high health pools and high shields. Speaking of, the highest health pools and highest shields in the game would come down to Fernando, and one of the best supports along with the Ying would be the Meltaba. So again, kind of countering what they see with what they pick, as it's kind of a monkey see, monkey do, as we see two front lines and supports take it off in the first 5 picks. And College of Technology looking to get some damage online for themselves and starting that venture off with a Victor, and also going to get some subsidy out of the damage department from a Grover, who, even though listed as a support, can put out some very valuable damage from distance especially. And we have seen Deep Roots come into play very regularly as well, with the rest of that kit involved with him. Makoa and Bomb King also chosen for Northeastern, so double tank with the 1 support and damage coming from a Sky and a Bomb King. And it looks to be Tyra as the final pick for Penn College Technology, which is a good pickup as well. That AoE from Firebomb can be absolutely devastating towards those more stationary frontliners, and we'll see if that continues to be the case, as we have 2 assault-wielding carbine damage dealers in Victor and Tyra for the side of Penn College Technology. Northeastern, on the other hand, will have to look for some surprise, as we'll have both a Grumpy Bomb combination with Bomb King, and of course the Sky is the big pick. But let's go ahead and get this underway. Map number 1, Stone Keep, will be Northeastern versus the Penn College Technology. Into game we go, taking a look at the rosters for Northeastern. Wearing the blue jerseys this time, it will be Gyro Knight playing the Sky, McNibbler on Meldamba, Narbius on Bomb King, GG98 playing the Makoa and Cheese Culture, a good culture, will be playing Fernando. And for the side of the Penn College Technology, Alpaca 16 on the Torvald Guns, the team leader playing Victor. Chechillin will be playing Grover, who is Carter, will be playing Tyra, and Reg Brick will be leading up the support charge on Ying. And at the moment, as we continue to see a couple of mind games coming out with the legendaries, we will, as game gets involved, a demolition for the Bomb King. The explodes, does all and destroys all shields from the Bomb King. So it'd be interesting to keep a look to see if that has the case, if that does happen, as Torvald has one built onto his kit as he is. Sky will be up, giving some harassment to the Victor, but Victor able to get away rather successfully and retreats back to an illusion. First blood did go the way of the Torvald, and as point fight continues to break down, it is 27% in favor of the blue team of Northeastern, but the Penn College Technology is looking to establish themselves as they do have the numbers. Sky looking to do damage onto the support of Grover, and with that smoke bomb, they will confine and control that kill. But Guns with the double looking for a 3. He finds a delayed triple kill with that carbine wielding Code Green skin. And at 48, now above 50%, Penn College Technology recontrols and continues to have numbers on point, as that seems to be the area of reconnaissance where they decide to move, and Sky trying to get damage done, jumps right into the fray of all that and melts very quickly, which is one of the worst things about Sky. And a nice Grumpy Bomb, but no damage follow-up from Northeastern as kills continue to come out. The crossfire for the Tyra takes down one kill in. The Fernando takes down a second, looking for a potential triple kill, but Guns will clear that up with the grenade toss, and just as that goes through, it will be the first point going the way of the Penn College Technology. They go up 1-0. Kill streaks all numbering of 5 or 9 right now for the side of Penn College, as there has only been just the one death so far on Grover. That being said, Ying has only found herself three assists at the moment as Whirlwind comes out to keep everybody healthy and at full HP. The Barrage also to counter out at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. We're seeing a couple of ultimates hit the table at the moment. And again, Tyra doing a good job of getting some damage with that firebomb and continuing to find shots, as well as Sky looks to be in the back line and harass, but not the case at the moment as she melts down again, as she tends to do if she's off by herself. Illusionary Rift as well coming out, so 2 big healing ultimates already being expended for the side of the Penn College Technology, but again, they have yet to really fall. Only just the one death thus far, and Guns continues to show off his Victor prowess. The Dread Serpent looking to counter, but Maldama low HP and nobody else really there. Ticking Time Bomb does come out, but everybody's able to get at least far enough away, if not around the corner, and a nice Blossom from Grover to keep himself and the rest of his team alive, and it's a full-on sweep as this team fight dissolves, and at the very end of it, all 5 players for the side of Penn College Technology are still standing, even though all of them were stunned at the end by a Grumpy Bomb. The stagger just being too much for Northeastern. They go down to a very quick 0-2 tally, just 3 minutes and 30 seconds in, and net worth chart, as you would imagine, favors Penn College Technology, but the damage dealt as well, favoring both the Victor and the Tyra by a lot, almost 2 times as much. 2 times as much in the case for Victor. And on top of that, we'll take a look as we look at the damage shielded. It's Fernando doing a good job of keeping that shield up. Makoa as well just behind. Healing-wise, Maldamba just barely edging out the Ying. But again, a lot of that is being contained by the fact that Grover is also on that team. And again, kill streaks. You can see them flashing on the right side of your screen, all favoring the Penn College Technology, and just about everybody over 10. The only one who's not is Grover, and that is likely to change as they continue to find damage. Crossfire and Barrage combined on top of the point. Torvald also there to get the damage done. And still, things going very well for the Penn College Technology as they continue to expand their lead, and with the Whirlwind coming up to keep everybody at full HP, they continue to make kills happen as Guns finds himself another double kill, as he tends to do. It's got to at least be his 3rd multi-kill of the game, and at 36%, it continues to rise. Red 2 King Bomb being channeled up from up top, though, and would be a very good one. Able to find 1 kill, looking for the stack. Gyro Knight helps contain that one and find the second, so a moment of brilliance for Northeastern on the back end of this King Bomb, and another Grumpy Bomb coming down onto Torvald, which of course shreds away that shield on top of getting a stun. Pulled back into danger is Torvald, but still not enough damage to capitalize. Sky looking to stagger off some of this already staggering death timers, but not the case at the moment. As again, 93% is what it gets up to for Northeastern. Torvald blowing everybody off the point with that Hydro Beam, though. And once again, it comes back into control for the red team of Penn College, and looking to zone and possibly put this into a 3-0 score tally as Guns is annihilating. You hear it in the background. He's got a 28 streak. He's 16-0-12 thus far, and has another barrage to expend if he so does choose to use it, but continues to just right-click and left-click together with that ADS line of sight long down the payload path, able to help, again, do damage and help Chichillin get that kill. Grumpy Bomb again, finding multiple targets, but just no damage is the big follow-up here, as Bomb King has not been able to Poppy Bomb his way into a position to do a bunch of damage. And again, the red team continuing to push this payload as they have done so successfully in their previous attempt. Look to capitalize possibly on it once again as Torvald continues to just let that payload push him forward. Sky in the backline looking for damage. Will not be able to secure a lot because there are 2 big health pools there for this Torvald and the Grover combined. Ancient Rage being used though right in the front line. Fernando looking to also follow up. The Immortal coming out, mostly just to keep himself alive. Kind of an interesting trigger as on the outside, Sky and Bomb King also. Again, no more damage dealers on the page for Northeastern, as Stone Keep has not been going well thus far, and as it continues to push, no one can contest at the moment, and it very well could go 4-0. Last chance to get on point, but no, not close enough was the Bomb King. It was a good Grumpy Bomb, but not close enough in proximity to the distance of that payload. Will result in a 4-0 sweep. The Penn College of Technology off the bat, finding the damage, finding the kills, getting themselves all the way up to a 4-0 sweep. 3 players not even finding themselves in the death total whatsoever. 36-0 for Guns, 22-0 for the Torvald, and Reg Rick able to go 17-0 as the Ying, and the numbers just absolutely devastating. Ira and Victor get 62 and 78,000 damage respectively for the two of them and carry their team on their way to victory. That will conclude map number 1. This is a best of 3 set, so we'll have to see if the boys from Northeastern can find something to get going. The sky did not go out so well for them, but we'll have to take a look and see what they decide to bring to the table on map number 2. Stick with us as we get into game, and we'll bring you guys the draft as soon as we are able. Everybody, welcome back. We are into the drafting phase of map number 2, and it will be on Timber Bill here, as we will be digging into Penn College, I believe, has first pick. They'll be taking a look at what they decide to go. Ying currently hovered over, and that will be what is locked in fact. Again, they had a lot of success from the healing side last time, having a Grover and a Ying both paired up together, and that Whirlwind plus Illusionary Rift essentially allowed nobody to die throughout the majority of that game. Northeastern looking to set up a double frontline early on. They decided to go with the Fernando and the Torvald, and Fernando's a character we've seen come to play a lot with, I hate to say it, but it's been in the AVGL for a couple of weeks, and we also see it being played in the Southeast Asian tournament with newer teams, and that seems to be the key, is with newer teams, and some of the lower experienced players. Is again, this is a wide variety of talent pool coming together in this collegiate scene, and Fernando can make his impact felt in the shooting department especially. And to respond, Ruckus and Grover will be picked up for Penn College. So again, getting that double support early on and having a more damage-yielding front line at this time with Ruckus. Drogos Tyra picked up for Northeastern. This is a smart draft for them thus far, getting double front line and double damage, knowing that there's already 2 supports off the board. So they really only are given one choice at this point in time, and that would be Maldamba, who they are currently hovered over. And for the damage department for Penn College, they decided to go with a Victor and an Androxus. And this has to be a counter to Drogos, I would imagine, as Drogos does not normally do all that well here on Timber Mill, simply due to the fact that when he does go airborne, he is very easy to spot out, and the areas in which he is able to maneuver in the air are not very wide, or in very good coverage for that matter. He's literally out in the open for most of this, so Penn College looking to counter out that Drogos and then just worry about the Tyra afterwards. And again, we'll take a look to see how that front line establishes themselves, as Northeastern definitely holds the advantage just by having the Maldamba plus a Fernando Torvald, 2 of the biggest health pools, along with one of the best healers in the game with that AoE Gourd, as well as the Mending Spirits right click. That's 2 nice dedicated sources of healing from one player. But that being said, it will in fact still be a double support for the side of Penn College Technology, and that was one of their biggest success stories. We'll see if they can continue that storyline, as they are up 1-0 in the best of 3 series. This could be potentially it, or Northeastern could possibly bring this back. We'll have to take a look as we get into game with Penn College of Technology versus Northeastern. Into game we go, as Penn College will now be wearing the blue jerseys here on Timber Mill. It will be Guns once again playing Victor. Who is Carter will be playing Androxus. Alpaca 16 on the Ruckus. Checholid will be playing Grover, and Redrick one more time will be on the Ying. The side of Northeastern looking to make a comeback. It will be Cheese Culture again as Fernando. Gyro Knight playing Tyra. Darbius on Torvald. Mick Nibbler playing Maldaba. And Gigi will be playing the Drogos. And thus far, as we're looking at some of the legendary choices, a couple of interesting ones. Heads will roll is currently selected for Androxus. We'll see if he sticks with that. As we expected, Deep Roots for Grover, Lifelike for Ying, and if it stays, Alpaca on Ruckus will be running Recycler with the extra 100 ammo, and that is in fact the case. Not normally what we see from the Ruckus picks. It will be Aegis for Fernando, Hunting Party for Tyra as well, and those are the big standouts for that side. And as we take a look, it will be the red team, Northeastern, getting right at the point early on, getting themselves established with this front line. But oh my goodness, who is Carter jumping all the way across the map, using that mobility with Nether Step to get there and help out Guns, who was able to secure the second kill. And now that there are 3 players down, it is a cleanup from here. So good awareness from the Androxus player to get over and help Victor out. And now with all the damage being funneled into the front line, it is a full team wipe. And a brilliant retake from Penn College Technology, having the communication and the awareness to help each other out. That's been the key so far, as again, you can see Drogos not doing so well thus far, as Androxus was able to hit a number of shots onto that airborne lizard. And at 66+%, Penn College is looking to zone, get the dismounts, and Androxus all the way in the back line, looking to continue to put on pressure from the natural flank. And as we get to 99%, they will not get there in time, will the double frontliners from Northeastern, and now in a very risky spot as Ruckus continues to unload his left-click double-wielding miniguns right into the face of Torvald, who's able to recharge a little bit. Thankfully, he does have the alternating current, which will increase the recharge duration by 1.5 seconds, but even that was not enough in the face of all that damage. McNibbler also slithering in the wrong direction, will be taken out finally by the damage from Ruckus, and with still a little bit over 2 minutes on the clock, the payload has moved very nicely thus far. And Androxus kind of scoping out the scene from the front, looking for possible routes, able to soak up one of the big rockets with the Fusillon legendary from Drogos. Will send that right back into the shield of Fernando. And a cursed arm coming up right above, looking for some backline presence, able to find Tyra, and with some help will also get a lot of damage down to the Drogos. More shots coming in Maldamba as Androxus looks to clean up, and that is unstoppable for who is Carter, and continuing a dominating streak as he's already at a 12 kill streak. as kills continue to be cleaned up left and right for Penn College Technology. Again, they're 3-1 in their division, and this one would be big for them. Whirlwind being activated by the Grover just to keep everybody at full HP during this last little bit of charge, but maybe used just a little bit too early, as now both frontliners and Fernando and Torvald are here to contest the payload and are committing their bodies and their health pools to it. Fernando able to get his shield up, it's not just barely, but it falls very quickly, able to get that little bit of a sprint shield up, but does eventually fall. Crossfire on the field right now for Tyra, but not able to get a lot of damage as Guns has been up on top of the enemy perch right on top of this building, doing free damage the entire time, continuing just to go through magazines as if he had a subscription his whole life. And with the Dread Serpent coming out, Hyper Beam will be there to dissuade that combination. An interesting choice, as the Dread Serpent did hit a number of players, but Torvald just pushed everybody away rather safely. And with that, it will be the Penn College Technology making them pay and going up 2-0 very early on at just under 4 minutes. Taking a look at the net worth, as you would anticipate, the blue team very much so in favor. No deaths at all thus far for the Penn College Technology, looking very dominant in this matchup versus Northeastern. Damage dealt also favoring the top 3 players going towards the blue side as well, with Victor and Androxus up to above 29,000, and the next closest is at 14.5 plus. That's being held down by Ruckus. Damage shielded, as you would anticipate, goes to the big frontliners of Torvald as well as Fernando, but the healing totals, although close, still do favor the blue team in total. Red team's gonna have to find a way to get back into this, as they are very much so lacking in the itemization department, as you see it on screen. A lot of just kind of a potpourri thus far, and it's interesting to see the difference between professional players and these up-and-coming players. We'll get into that later, as the Accursed Arm and Hexafire combination is just finding damage all across the middle part of the map, and 3 different players find themselves on the scoreboard. Make that 4, as Guns was able to win a battle on the outside part of that map next to the wood shop, far side of the map, and stalled out once again at 46%. Northeastern able to get right on the point early on, but the ultimates absolutely melting everybody, and Androxus continues the same trend we saw in last game, which was finding the dismounts and finding a little bit of poke and damage. But Torvald in a nice spot, able to come in right behind, but just not Runic Blast, so everyone able to get out rather safely. The Barrage looking to punish. A little bit of burst damage done, but not any capitalization on kills. Torvald does fall to Androxus, and Mortal coming out a little bit later on that. The Whirlwind from Grover used, even though everyone's at full HP, he wants to maintain that. And who is Carter finding himself a delayed double, looking for more as he nether steps right into the face of Maldamba and cleans that one up, as his teammate Alpaca finds himself a double kill on the Ruckus. And just under 6 minutes have passed on the clock so far, and we already see ourselves at a 3-0 scoreline. And again, no deaths for Penn College Technology. They continue to run through this squad from Northeastern, who has not been able to find much traction as of yet. Firebomb plus a fireball. We'll get some damage done to Ruckus, force him into Repulsor as well as the emitter. Crossfire being channeled from way out of nowhere. All the way back in Uzbekistan was where that crossfire was triggered, and is punished at the very end of that, as Who is Carter finds himself a kill and continues to look to put pressure on his Penn College of Technology. And the Ruckus able to continue holding down left click thanks to that Recycler Legendary. We don't typically see that, but 300 ammo is a lot, and he's using every single bullet to absolutely shred through these big health pools of Fernando and Torvald. And Grover with the Ying here have been very good at keeping him alive. And Cursed Arm up in the air, looking to find double kill, and will get that. And Fernando falling. It will be a delayed triple for Who is Carter, who continues to look to put pressure down, this time on Tyra, who is taking a lot of damage from that Cursed Revolver. And with Ying coming and following up, it is an immortal streak happening for Guns, who is 11-0-17. All of the kill streaks still intact, as again, nobody from Penn College have died as of yet. And the payload continues to move. Torvald deep rooted into spot and is absolutely melted, although Maldamba able to put down a nice gourd and get him a couple mending spirits to keep him alive for a little bit longer, but not able to keep himself up, as Who is Carter is able to take Maldamba out with that Cursed Revolver. And there it is, finally the first death. We're going on to Who is Carter. The crossfire once again being channeled, but the barrage will silence that, getting himself a double kill with the damage from up above. Right at 40 seconds, the Hexafire coming out right in the face of a Hyper Beam. The Dread Serpent not used far enough and couldn't get there, and the Penn College of Technology takes the set 4-0 and wins this matchup at 2-0 in maps. Scoreboard, as we take a look, not much to talk about besides what's happening at the top side of that, is 69,000 damage comes out for Guns in a very short game. Able to go 34-0, leading his team in that charge. 3 solo kills, a couple of multi-kills to his name. It's Carter, again, doing a lot of the work in the flanks, even though he did fall once, got 5 solo kills. Absolutely devastating all of the backline and front line alike for the side of Northeastern. So it will be a 4-1 map total, or pardon me, a win-loss total for the Penn College of Technology, putting themselves up there in the charts as far as the standings overall go. And as we take a look at what those standings currently look like, we should be taking a look at Davenport and Sheridan moving on from the Jaguar Falls division. Concordia and Bloomsburg from the Frozen Guard division. Clark Community College and the University of Texas go Longhorns. Hook'em Horns will be coming from the Stone Keep division. And Rowan, and then another team to be determined, I believe, as Serpent Beach division is looking for that last one. And again, this concludes the regular season for us at AVGL. And it will be going into the playoff series with all of those aforementioned teams. And of course, after that collegiate series is done, the top 2 teams, the grand finals, will be played in Alpharetta, Georgia at the same weekend as the Masters LAN in April in Atlanta. But that concludes our regular season. You can find out more information about the teams that are moving on, or even the teams that had not moved on, by going to avglcollege.org and clicking on the different competitions tab and heading down at the bottom towards Paladins, and you can find all those teams, who makes up the rosters, and who we'll be looking forward to as we get into this last collegiate playoff series. And again, we thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back next week to see how the playoffs go. We should be seeing some pretty hot matchups, as we're going to get a couple of pro players involved. And on top of that, we'll be seeing if there's anyone that we have not kept our eyes on that we probably should have. Again, I've been Alan. I hold shift on a free on behalf of everyone from AVGL, the admin scene, and Brandon Ruderuki, who's been running production. We bid you a good night, and we hope to see you next weekend for playoff action.
Sure.